Hey YouTube, coming at you at a video with BEEDRILL. So I want to cover this for two reasons. One, because Waddles submitted this multiple times and he said, I've climbed almost 300 rating with this team, positive for 15 straight sets. Idea to generate either shield advantage or energy advantage for BEEDRILL to sweep. Started these battles in the 2000s and is now up to 2309 with the team. So it's a strong team. Plus, I've kind of crapped on BEEDRILL being like, why is there a BEEDRILL? So I want to actually showcase BEEDRILL. So let's get into it. Quagsire, Vigoroth. Again, the team makes sense, right? Quagsire is weak to grass. BEEDRILL will cover that. So Whiscash lead, which is sort of just neutral. You can only go Aqua Tail here. They can go Scald or Mud Bomb, which will do like okay ship here. It'll do more than you can do is the problem. So you're going to lose this. Which I mean, after you lose this, I'm guessing Vigoroth is next. So gonna lose this lead. If you got to, again, you got to keep shield advantage for BEEDRILL to sweep, right? And if you get a Mudboy out of the way here, it's probably a good scenario. So they give up into a Azumarill, and this is not going to be good for the Azumarill. I mean, it's not like they can't chip here, and the BEEDRILL's so glassy, right? This is, I kind of called it out multiple times whenever I saw BEEDRILL I was against. Like, BEEDRILLs are so glassy. So I would also just get up to this and throw right before they get to the Ice Beam, just to try to maximize your energy. This will take him out, and they shield back to back here. I assume this will take out an Azumarill, even though it's very, very, very tanky. It does. And the Dugong comes in. So this is fine, because you can just... I don't know about this bait. I don't think there's a point of a bait when you have Vigoroth in the back. I guess the only argument for a bait there is that they have to shield... I guess the only argument for a bait there is they have to shield up a move, because if they don't and it takes them low, they're in counter down range. They did get to lower your attack. You have to shield this one up, and now you're at a rock slide. You're going straight rock slide, figuring that you're just going to outpace this. But again, if they're going to shield up anything, they're going to shield this up too, because what the hell do I know? Okay. I assume they would shield that, because counter probably, even with a body slam, will not... A body slam will put them low, and then you could just counter down. So I'm surprised that's not what happened. I didn't actually cut these, so let's just go fast forward through the animations here. Galvantula, so this is a good lead. They will get out into something probably. They don't have to. Here's the thing, right? They don't have to. Lunge will hurt. It's neutral. And it's shadow on shadow here, so this can do like 60%. Yeah, it's going to chip a lot. Going to bait. Thing is, you'll take it out with two Aqua Tails, and then if they shield, you can potentially Stone Edge here. They try to catch, so good attempt at a catch. Yeah, I think going into Vigoroth is a smart move, because you already lowered your attack with the lunge. So there's no point of throwing any move there. Let's just come in here and get the body slams off. Going for CMP on the Mud Bomb. This will take you out or put you super low. I think it's worth the shield. Yeah. I know you're generally trying to save shields for BEEDRILL, but I think that's is worth the shields. Can you counter down? Probably not. 3, 4, 5. You got a CMP here. Perfect. So for those of you who don't know what CMP is and why, it was very easy to count that if you're newer to the game. CMP is charge move priority. So basically what it means is if you and your opponent both throw your charge move at the same time, one of you gets to go first. And that is whoever wins CMP. And CMP is determined by whoever has the higher attack stat. So Whiscash, being very defensive heavy, has a lower attack stat. Vigoroth is kind of like middle of the road with its attack stat. So it is going to win CMP with the charge move, so it gets to throw its charge move first. And if you know how to count, I don't know how to count most, but I know how to count Mud Bombs 5, 4, 5 with Mud Shot. You just know you can go to 5 on that third one and throw on CMP. So this is where you just spam. You're going to come in BEEDRILL. They can Sludge. I mean, even if they throw Sludge would hurt a lot. I think it's probably just Brine. And that still chips so much for being a pathetic move. And now you have to shield. The good news is, I think between your Shadow, you can probably take the Slow Stomp just to X-Scissor. Yeah. Like BEEDRILL is so attack heavy, right? So you would be able just to, even resistive poison jabs are going to do so much. Just go back to back here. Yeah. Potentially they could have caught that. I don't know what their switch clock is at, but I would have looked at a catch that and then an instant snipe with the Stone Edge. So that will one-shot the rest there. We'll fast forward this animation. Here we go. Lantern, great lead. They'll probably get out unless it's water gun. Nope, it's spark. The thing is, like, the one time you want mud bomb, right? This will hurt, but it obviously you're gonna have to get to 2 of these. So they shield up the first one. They get to a surf. Surf will probably do like 50% on a Shadow Quagsire. Not just under, like 40 some odd percent. So they'll get to a surf before you get to this one. So you think it's worth the shield just to try and get another Stone Edge off. I still don't know if a Stone Edge even takes this out, and they catch on a Vigoroth. So we're gonna chip here. What do you do here? Mirror match? Yeah. You can just potentially see if you can get to the counter down to 5. There's a lot of health left, so I doubt that you could. Yeah. I mean, we would have gone. I was gonna say I would have got a little more energy, but I get that like the counters are gonna add up a lot too. So if you get a lot of energy, you're in farm down range. Spark here, you're kind of in spark down range anyways. I would expect them just to like commit to the spark down. They may not get it though, because you should be able to get to a move before they get to a net. Yeah. So smart on them for throwing, because I kind of had to, because they're not going to get to a move. But now you can just come in here. They're in Aqua Tail range, so just Aqua Tail here. This will take them out, and we'll see what is in the back. And it is a Mantine, so this is tricky. Yeah, it's kind of worth the bait, because you kind of have to. And now just going to bank that, see how much you can chip with the poisons. Drill Run is very resisted, so you have to go X Scissor. And you're only going to get an X Scissor. You're not saving. Yeah, you just got to, even though you have like no health left, you kind of need to just, in case they get to a move here, hold the shield for, even though they could just fast move you down, you kind of need to hold the shield and Stone Edge. So that was, yeah, good heads up there. You needed to land that. You need to bait and land that Stone Edge. It's the only sort of win con you had. Oops, sorry, I forgot to fast forward. These are just like sent in one big, like it's easier for me to edit when they're like individuals as opposed to like when it's big like this. I could go through, but I'm basically like cutting like 10-second snippets here, 10-second snippets at the ending and so forth. So it's easier just to put them one by one where I can cut easier. But if you don't, sometimes I just leave it in that I could just fast forward here. The 10 seconds it is. You're not going to have a lot of battles here though. There's only like 10 minutes worth of battles with that. So bad lead. That's just a weather ball. This is tough. Pelipper is like a kind of a core breaker for this team. Are you going to try and CMP or throwing it right before? Hoping to grab a shield. You're honestly hoping you land this. And you do. So that is actually huge. That's like your best case scenario. Your worst case scenario is they shield and then they could have gotten to like multiple weather balls and then your Vigoroth has to come in and counter, but that's resisted. So you are actually very lucky there that they did not recognize that. They mud bomb you out. And now, unless they're running double Mud Boy, you should be okay here. You take one move, that's fine. Just a mud bomb. And there is a Skeldurge. Ooh, not so fine anymore. Good time in on the fast move. Baiting here, I think is worth the bait. You need to like go straight Rock Slide here. Yeah, because you need to take this out. You need to like, not take this out, like do insane amount of damage or grab that second shield that you can drill run here. Now these are going to hurt because they're super effective. You got a shield. And you got to land a drill run. So just going to go do the one and drill run so that Incinerate does not register. Again, I'm a little unclear in those situations when it registers, if it registers at all when you take them out. I've seen both, and so I don't know what's the right one because the game screws up constantly. Incinerate is a 5-turn fast move. The Incinerate damage is going to register on 4. So if you go 2 poison jabs, theoretically that Incinerate is supposed to register on the 4th and hit you there. That may or may not be the case when the charge move that you throw takes them out. I've seen it that it just like takes you out and that incinerate damage does not register. And I've seen at times where it does register because again, the incinerate should register on 4 and the move has already hit you. So you technically should have your health go down. But I've also seen it like if you land the move and take them out, it doesn't register, even though if you do the 2, it should register. So I've seen both. I'm not even sure what the true game mechanic is at this point. Just going X Scissor doesn't really matter which one. I mean, Drill Run's obviously better, but X Scissor is fine in this scenario. We got maybe the last one here. So terrible lead. Going Vigoroth, yeah, again, but Frenzy here is going to really friggin' hurt. The good news is you're a little desynced, so you can burn time and chip and maybe, I was going to say grab shields, but I guess not. This will probably take you out. Going to shield just because you know you can outpace. The only worry is that if they have an answer, it's coming out right now. Yeah. So even if you land a Rock Slide, it's not going to be enough to take out. But I figured that they would be coming out here after grabbing it. And when they let it go, that's actually pretty smart because they're going to move here. And now you're in trouble. You got to come Quagsire. Sacrifice it. But not sacrifice it. Just like farm down. Take the move. That's fine. Come out with an Aqua Tail. You've already chipped the Venusaur. I think it's actually worth... I was going to say it's worth throwing the Aqua Tail just to like take it out. But maybe if they're low on energy, you just come in Poison Jab. Yeah, that's probably smarter. Okay, this is kind of what you want to see. Now, is it worth a bait? Surf is going to take you out. You can get to 2 Drill Runs. I expect shields anyways. A bait, the only problem is, I assume they're going to shield. A bait and no shield is basically game over for you. But you do get 1. Going for the 2nd bait in a row. Do you even watch my channel? Okay, you landed both. Okay. There's certain scenarios where baiting is appropriate. Grabbing both shields. Pretty good one. Now can you get to a Stone Edge with ease, so should take it out there. I always say never bait. There are certain scenarios where I do bait and that it's worth the bait. And when you need to grab shields, that's probably one of them. So again, they said, haven't had a losing set in 15 sets. It's not surprising that this team works because the Quagsire Vigoroth Charger Bug core works very well. So you're just replacing Charger Bug with BEEDRILL. It's the same thing though. You resist the counters on Vigoroth and stuff. You're still weak to fire. So it's still a lot of the same concept. But just with BEEDRILL, so you pick up like you're still gonna have the same weaknesses. You're still like the Mud Boys are gonna be an issue, resisting the Poison Jab. Flyers are now just a bigger weakness, right? So that like if that looking back at that Pelipper one, if that Pelipper shielded, you were probably in a bad situation because like Flyers are now much worse for this team as opposed to Charger Bug, which will hit super effective against Flyers. Like having a counter user, having a Mudshot user, a counter user against the Flyer is not good to start with. So now that you have a third one that can't throw any charge moves against the Flyer, really put you in a tricky situation. So if you're going to run this team, just keep that in mind as a glaring weakness. But it seems to be working. So thanks for the submission. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I am. Okay, we're now at the talking part of the video. So if you don't want to listen to me talk, thanks for the watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Get out of here. If you do like the talking, I'm trying to figure out. So this is probably going to go up on, just check my thing, Wednesday, which means I only have like 2 more to do here. And I have at least 1 on my own. And I want to see how many others I can get through subscribers. So Singaporean Granny sent me a Match League video that I showcased yesterday, along with one of my teams. Why is this being so slow? Let me check this other one here. So Tuesday, subscriber with, nope. So yeah, my triple normal team where I hit 2,400. That was a really good team. Very good. And now everyone, I see Shadow Draft everywhere. I make a joke in the video that I'm the first one to use it because I used it on day 1. I did like 2 sets with my first team, and then I used Shadow Draft on my second team. So that was all me. So Tuesday morning is the hitting 2400 with triple normal. Tuesday afternoon, we were looking at Necrozma. And then Wednesday morning was a viewer submitted video, is Dugong any good? And I guess BEEDRILL will be Wednesday afternoon. And then I got at least one Kingdra team from me. And then if I can find another team on my own or do one more submission. And that will take us through Thursday. And then Friday, we have league turnover. And the league turnover, I believe it's open, Great League, Ultra League, and Master League next week. Yes. And I saw a few Great League battles. I'll probably showcase so I've already got a couple videos shot from earlier this season of the Great League. And I'll probably do a couple others. But if you have updated Great League videos, I'd rather see them in your current ELO range as opposed to rank 3. So if you submitted videos earlier, let me just, if you've watched this far, I got an all team with Altaria. I got a viewer submitted with Mantine. Oh yeah. Subscriber team building flaws unable to overcome is what the title is. And it's Mantine, Annihilate, and Mandibuzz. So double week to Electric, double week to Fairy. I remember shooting that video. There's a long video and lots of things. And then subscriber used Cresselia and Wobbuffet. So those are videos that have already been shot from earlier this season. If I haven't covered your video from earlier this season and it's not one of those videos and you want me to cover a Great League, resubmit videos this week at your current yellow range. Again, I'd rather just showcase stuff from this week as opposed to having to look back at past stuff there. But that is basically it. That's the rambling. And we're almost 2 weeks to New York. Holy smokes. We're just over 2 weeks to New York. I'll talk about that in a whole other video. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.